Thank you, thank you. It's very humbling for me. It's a great honor, a great gesture, because all I ever really want to do is just coach the game, try to be a father to my family. But before I get started, I'd like to thank my family and my Missouri State family for being here. It's greatly appreciated. Success is oftentimes contributed by life events or situations and circumstances, such as my growing up in East St. Louis, Illinois, or my fight with cancer. You don't know your future, you don't know your tomorrow. But no doubt these things have brought me here today and made me the coach I am today. And once again, I'm grateful, but I have to recognize the people, some names of some people, for them, I wouldn't be standing here. And, first and foremost is my mom. Much of my hard work and my personality comes from her. Struggling, trying to make ends meet with 4 kids. She did a great job. She also taught me how to dream big, to see past your environment. I'll never forget, she used to take us out, to Chesterfield here in Missouri, and we would go to these open houses, and we and we go sleep in these. We fall asleep in these beds. We feel like we're at home. It's just like. And she said, you can have this one day, but you got to dream past what you see right now. And she had a vision. I didn't. I was just living day to day. So I love her for that. The next guy, is Coach Katie. Just taught me the value of developing young men. Because he said it's understood if you're coaching, okay, you're coaching, but you have to be able to develop these young men, not just to have a job a day-to-day, but to have a successful career, because you'll get out of this basketball what you put into it. But it just taught me, to be 10 minutes early. If it's 3 o'clock, be there at 2:50. To be honest, he said, so hard. He said, there are a lot of men, and I'll never forget when I was a player, he said, there are a lot of men to this day that lie all the time. So just be honest with me. He said, we can move past it if you're honest with me. And that was a hard thing for me to understand, but I learned it early, so I used to have to tell him, yeah, Coach, I missed class today. You said be honest, and I did. But he taught me how to work hard, but that also came from my mom and my upbringing. And Coach would say, brush your teeth, fix your bed. And I was just like, what does that have to do with playing basketball? But he said, the way you perform on the court is a true indication of how you live off the court. I never understood as a player until I got older, and now being a head coach. And I can almost tell to a T which one of our guys, their rooms are not clean, their houses are messy. Just the way they play and how they practice. It's amazing how that correlation goes together. But he just wanted me to be a successful young man, because all I wanted to do was play ball. I went to class because I had to, and I wasn't a bad student. We just said, after that 3rd or 4th knee surgery, says, oh, you're going to have to make a decision here, because basketball is not promised. So I really dedicated myself my last 2 years of college to be a good student. So I appreciate Coach Katie for that. The next guy is Matt Painter, who's a teammate of mine, but also a friend. The thing Matt taught me was the blueprint for rebuilding the program. And we were just talking last night, we talk all the time, just talking last night, and he just said, because Matt was the interim coach, or the associate head coach when Coach Katie was the head coach, and we lost 28 road games. In Coach Katie's last year, then Matt 2 years, we lost 28 straight road games. We got their first win at Penn State. Boy, it was like it was a national championship. We celebrated. But the one thing I didn't understand about Matt, like I said, we were teammates, and Matt wasn't the hardest worker as a teammate. He's very talented, but Matt did his thing outside the court. But the one thing, Matt would work the guys so hard with conditioning and weightlifting. And I just said, Matt, I think you're overdoing it. He said, no, this is what we need to do. I just said, Matt, you coach these guys like we have all Americans and blue chip players. He said, the key is we got to set the tone right now in our program for the administration, the academic advisor, the strength coach, the assistant coaches, with the players we have now. You set the tone. Then when you get the blue chip, the train is already rolling. You don't start building when you get them. You have to set the tone right now. So I really appreciated Matt for that, just teaching me that and understanding. You setting the tone from day one. Regardless of what the record and wins or losses, you build your program as soon as you get it. Then also, Coach Rowe and Dr. Nitzel. Coach Rowe is, I guess like a father, grandfather to me. It's been great to me. It's amazing how you meet people and they become a part of your everyday life. I feel like he's a father figure to me. He's always at the practice. But just really for giving me a chance, because there are a lot of great candidates. You see these guys, great coaches, but they gave me an opportunity, and I'm forever grateful for that, because they didn't have to, and I really appreciate it. And also Kyle Most, the new AD, and Dr. Kofer for continuing to believe in me, because as a new president, as a new AD, you don't have to give me an opportunity, but I certainly appreciate it, so I'll try to do my part. And to my assistant coaches, the hardest thing when you're building a program as a head coach, you're really trying to find your way, because as an assistant coach, you have all the answers and you know everything, but once you become a head coach, it's totally different. And you have to be able to trust in other guys. You have to be able to believe in your assistants and not try to do everything on your own, but give these guys an opportunity to be successful. But I appreciate the fact that they was buying what I was selling, because that's not easy if you don't have a vision. But it's just like my mom said, you got to dream and see past what you see right now. And I appreciate my assistant coaches for that, going out finding guys. Selling a program that really doesn't exist. In my opinion, when you're not successful for young guys, you don't exist in. So really selling the program, this is what we have to offer, and really selling me more than anything. So I appreciate those guys for that, to continue to work and to stay humble and have a higher level of character and honesty. And to my players, once again, like my mom said, believing in what they don't see, because as a young guy, when you're recruiting them, I'll never forget those two guys over there as freshmen. They weren't very good. And I tell them all the time, they know I'm honest as I can be, because I love them, but the work ethic wasn't there, the desire wasn't there. We practiced for 3 hours. 10 minutes into that practice, Weems bent over on his knees. He can't go any further. It's amazing that everybody in the practice said, come on, Kyle. You saying it the whole practice. But after every practice, he always has a smile on his face, a wonderful young man, continue to get better, continues to watch film, continues to work on his game, condition his body. In the same way with Real Creekmore, when you see him, and if you watch closely, he's like, man, that guy's an academic All-American, the way he acts on that court sometimes. Oh, yeah. But he has a true passion and love to get better. And for me, that's what it's about. Just these guys believing and buying what I'm selling, because it's not always easy. And, unfortunately today, not every young guy has to listen. And I tell them, you don't have to listen to me now. Obviously, there will be consequences and repercussions, but but you don't have to listen. I appreciate those guys for listening to me and really believing. And I stand here for these people. I'm grateful, and that's why I'm standing here. Thank you.